Shabbat Shalom. As you can see, I'm all dressed up over here. That's because I just got back from the Jewish Family Service Gala event Thursday night. I was there at a table with Beth Yeshurun staff, all of whom were wonderful, hardworking people. And I thought about that as I was driving home, that it was totally appropriate that we celebrated Jewish Family Services this week and that I was celebrating it with our wonderful staff at Beth Yeshurun. Because in this week's Torah portion, we read about Rebecca, Isaac's wife. Abraham is about to die, and he sends his servant Eliezer up north to where his extended family still lives. He sends Eliezer on a mission to find a wife for his son Isaac. And Eliezer goes up north, and then he makes a deal with God, and he says, God, I want to make sure I get the right woman for my master's son, Isaac. And I don't know exactly who it's going to be. So let's do this. If I ask a woman at the village well, I'm going to have to go to the village well as soon as I get there because I'm going to be thirsty. My camels are going to be thirsty, and I've got a lot of camels. And so if I go to the well and I ask somebody there, a woman there, for water, and she offers to give me water and then gives my camels water, which is a lot of water, then I will know that she is the right person for Isaac. And so sure enough, when he goes to the village well, there's Rebecca, and he asks her if she would give him some water, and she pulls a bucket of water up out of the well for him. And then she says to him, you know what, you've got some thirsty camels over there. Can I give them water also? And so he realizes that this is the right woman for Isaac. Now, you might just say this was an attempt to determine who was the right person for Isaac, and there would be some kind of a sign. And he could have said, well, God, if it's the woman, she could pull on her ear or twinkle her nose or something like that. But he asked about giving water for the camels. And why did he ask that? So here we have to know a little about Isaac. Isaac was probably a very broken person after the incident with him almost being killed by his father. And, he needs some comfort. He needs some love. He needs some compassion. And so I think Abraham's servant thought, what Isaac really needs is a woman who will take care of him, someone who really cares about people, who is compassionate, empathetic, and will help him to restore him back to a whole person again. And that's what Rebecca was, a very giving, compassionate, loving, kind person. And that's why it's a good thing that we did the Jewish Family Service Gala this week, because Jewish Family Service is all about giving people who are giving to people in need, whether it's financial need, emotional need, physical support, emotional support. That's what Jewish Family Service does. And they are celebrating one of the great virtues of Rebecca, our ancestor, by being a compassionate, kind, giving person. And our staff at Beth Yeshurun is also, let me tell you, very kind, compassionate, giving, thoughtful, caring. They are really dedicated to the mission of Beth Yeshurun. And it was a pleasure to have dinner with them at this important event and this particular week where we celebrate Rebecca. Now, this week, as we know, Friday night, as usual, we're having Shabbat dinner at 6 o'clock, Shabbat services at 6 o'clock. We are having a happy hour beforehand. So if you come at 5:15, we'll have special drinks to celebrate the weekend. Then the service will be at 6 o'clock. Rabbi Strauss will be giving a sermon about what was a former Klansman doing at the book fair this year. So it'll be an interesting sermon topic. And Saturday morning, of course, we'll be talking about the Torah portion of the week, and we'll be celebrating the bat mitzvah of Michaela Strauss, a very familiar name. It is Rabbi Strauss's niece, and so we have a lot to celebrate this weekend. I hope you'll join us as we celebrate this weekend before Thanksgiving. Shabbat Shalom, and have a good weekend.